Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are painting this brown duck. I downloaded the reference picture from the Unsplash website. You can go to website Unsplash for a lot of free reference material. Let's see the colors. I've just used two colors in this. One is burnt sienna, which is the primary color for this duck. And the second one is I have used just a little bit of vermilion for the highlights, but that we will use just a little bit. You can use any bright orange you have. And then I have used a ultramarine blue. Ultramarine blue is one of my favorite blues. It is very versatile. You can mix it with many colors to create beautiful shades. I'm going to mix this ultramarine with the burnt sienna to create a neutral dark gray color, which I'm going to use for the beak and the claws. You can vary the blue ratio or the burnt sienna ratio in this as per your needs. I have used both equally. So I'm just wetting the body part of the duck now. I will not be wetting the face. I will just put some water on the body and we'll give a light wash of burnt sienna first. It's very important that it is thoroughly watered, your paper, before you put any pigment so that it spreads equally. So it is a medium strength mix of burnt sienna. It is not too dark, but it is not too light also, because anyways it will dry up very light than this. So if you see at the chest part and in the face part, I have put a bit darker washes, or I have added more color there because that's where the darkest part is on the reference photo. Keep referring the reference picture time to time. I'm also trying to give here some soft edges which we'll use for the background as we did in our last painting. I'm lifting up some color near the beak where I think I have put a little bit more color. So I'm just lifting up. I'm also dropping some of the gray mix which we have used. So just to highlight more color there. I'm also dropping some more burnt sienna there. And here I'm just softening some edges with a damp brush, with a damp clean brush. So don't worry if your some of the color is seeping out of the boundary. It's perfectly fine. It will give your painting an authentic look. I'm now putting a little bit of yellow, orange or vermilion, and then I'm dropping some water drops with the help of a brush to give a fuzzy look at the bottom of the body. So we have left it to dry for at least 30 minutes. So once it has completely dried, now I'm going to put some details here with the same mix of burnt sienna. You can refer to the reference picture for the details. So as you can see, the color has dried very light. Also the color has spreaded out where we tried to give a soft edge, so which is perfectly okay. We are going to later put some background in that. So here I am putting the face details also. As you can see, whatever light drawing we had, I'm just putting some pigment there and then softening it with a damp brush. So near the eye and at the cheeks here you need to be very careful. Just put a light pigment first, and if you are able to control it, then only add some more dark pigment there, so that you can make the face look like it is a little bit puffed out. So that's what we are trying to create here. We are trying to create some depth here. So at the bottom part I'm wetting it again, and then I have put some more burnt sienna and the gray mix here because it is in the bottom, so it is a little bit darker. So I'm trying to give some shape to the body here with the same dark mix of burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. You can also use any out of tube neutral colors, but your painting will look more vibrant if you are mixing your own grays. So here I have added some more burnt sienna. I have re-wet the paper, and on the front part I have added more burnt sienna there. So this is very important part. You have to practice the softening of the pigment on the paper. With the same dark mix, I am putting more details now. It is perfectly okay if you are not able to recreate the exact image. Your painting should look as original as it can be. We are not recreating a photograph. We are trying to uh, depict how we see that duck. So that's the key perspective we follow, or I follow when I paint something. I'm dropping some more gray pigment on the front of the body because if you see the reference picture, there's more texture in that part. Here I'm putting more little bit tiny layer of feathers. If you want to see uh, how we can paint more elaborated feathers, I have done another video of a bluebird where you can see how you can paint the feathers in detail. But here, to keep it simple, I have not painted too many. I have just painted few. It is the same process. Just put a little bit of paint and then just merge it with some water in the in the body. And while the highlights are still wet, I'm still keep merging them with some damp brush. I've taken the same burnt sienna mix, and then I'm putting some more details in the tail and below the cheek and beak. This is a little bit yellow orange here, just to give some highlights and to give some shape to the neck so that it looks more round and cylindrical. That is very important, that we are able to get the shapes correct. Same I'm doing in the neck so that it looks more cylindrical. So if you see, it is lighter in the middle, and on both the sides, left and right, it is a bit darker. Now we'll paint the feet. For painting the feet, I'm going to give a very light wash of ultramarine blue. This will be just a base coat. We will be doing some neutral gray details on top of it. And also the back leg, we should keep a little bit lighter. I have lifted some paint out of it because whatever objects we want to show on the back, we should paint them a bit lighter in color, and anything in the front we should paint that with more pigments. We'll leave the legs to dry. Same we'll repeat with the beak also. We are giving a very light wash of ultramarine blue. As you can see, the consistency of the paint is very thin. I have done the same for the eyes. So once your feet have dried, you can start adding details with the dark mix of burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. I have not mixed any other color to it. So you can just refer to the reference photo and then you can pull some details on the feet. So in this reference, if you see, the feet are a bit shiny. So I have left a bit of blue spaces in between to show that there is some shine in the leg. We are going to do the same for the other leg as well, but with a more darker pigment. You can also use any out of tube black or neutral grays. You can use Payne's gray also with a little water. And also both the legs are in the shadow, so there is no traces of any other color or light. I'm going to repeat the same for the beak. I'm going to add some more details with the same neutral mix on the beak also. Generally we see orange beaks on white ducks, but this was an interesting reference photo. That's why I selected it to paint. So this has black beak and then a bright brick or red color of body. So I have used a fine liner. If you are confident, you can also use a brush, but I have used a fine liner for the eyes because it was pretty small. I'm also putting some more highlights with the fine liner on the feet because I thought there is some more texture needed on the feet. So here we are almost done. I'm just going to add some more details in the background because I want to highlight the edges. So yeah, I have just added some burnt sienna there, and I'm just going to merge it into a light background. We have not painted any elaborated background on this. I just wanted to keep it simple. And same ultramarine we have given little bit on the neck, near the neck, just so that the edges of the body are highlighted a bit. The background is completely optional. You can choose not to paint. I have also painted a bit of ground so that the duck looks grounded and not just walking in the air. So I have just painted a little bit of ground underneath, but it's something very simple. We do not need to complicate it. I've just painted a bit of shadow also there because the light is coming from the right side. And again with a fine liner, I have added some more details in the beak. I think we are done after that. So if you guys attempt to paint it, post the link of your picture in the comment. I also have an Instagram account, so the link is in description. You can, if you want to refer to the picture of this, you can check there. I post all my original work there. I hope you enjoyed the video and you will try it out. Let me know in comments if you want me to paint some interesting birds or if you have some interesting reference photos. I would definitely like to see those and paint those. So take care till next time we see each other. Thank you. Bye bye.